Welcome everyone in this video tutorial from chapter Acid, Base and Salts. Our current topic is acid. Previously we have studied about indicators, that is natural and synthetic with universal indicator. Here in this topic we will study about acids. What are acids? Acids are some corrosive substance which can cause a burn. Before moving towards acids, let us consider a few items from our surroundings like lemon, curd, a raw mango, which you commonly know by kacha aam. They all are sour, which means they are acids. But you have also observed that a bee sting hurt. The color of marble statues lost its shine in few years, like Taj Mahal. When you purchase shampoo, they have an advertisement of pH balance. When you take heavy diet, you feel acidic. Then you take medicines like Digene or Gelusil, which are commonly known as antacids. Nowadays, our government is requesting us to take vitamin C, mainly present in citrus fruits. Another name of it is ascorbic acid. Yes, vitamin C is ascorbic acid. Are you aware that a small amount of phosphoric acid is added in your soft drinks to enhance its taste? From the study of chapter life process, you have already studied that, or I should say you are already aware about the presence of acid in our stomach, that is hydrochloric acid, and also you are aware about amino acids present in our DNA. No matter which soft drink you prefer to drink, it may be from the firm PepsiCo or Coca-Cola company. The moment they add carbon dioxide in water, it becomes carbonic acid, but its taste is not at all sour. In this video tutorial, you will understand all these things. Originally, the word acid was applied to substance with sour taste. The term acid is derived from the Latin word acidus, which means sour or sour taste. This sour taste can't be recognized as a sole criteria for the acidic character because acids like sulfuric acid, nitric acid, etc. have a very strong action on our skin. They can cause severe burns. I will never ask or I will never try to taste any such acid through my tongue. In such conditions, it would be dangerous to taste them. So, in order to know what is an acid, we need a proper method. The method is explained by Svante Arrhenius. Svante Arrhenius in 1887 provided his concept, or his concept is generally known as Arrhenius concept of acid and base. So right now we are talking about acid, so I will only discuss about acid. An acid is a hydrogen containing compound which gives a free hydronium ion, that is H3O positive or H plus when dissolved in water. So first of all, why this definition has when dissolved in water? An acid can act as an acid only when it is in aqueous situation or aqueous state. If the acid is in solid form, it will never show any of its reaction. Here it is represented that what actually happens with the acid. Taking example of HCl. H is broken from the Cl. The bond between H and Cl is broken, and this H joins the water molecule, and hence it becomes H3O positive. Thus HCl hydrochloric acid CH3COOH, acetic acid, H2SO4, sulfuric acid are acids which gives H3O positive or H plus ions in aqueous solutions. Acids are divided into two categories. One is naturally occurring acids. Second is mineral acids. All the acids which we receive from nature, or I should say organic acids, which are taken from organic substances, are known as naturally occurring acid. Generally, these acids are weak acids. Other are mineral acids or strong acids. These acids are those acids which are created, which are not available, which are created using minerals like sulfuric acid, like nitric acid, etc. Mineral acids are very important for us, basically for our industries. These are used in manufacture of fertilizers, industrial chemicals, explosives, dyes and pigments. I will give you an example. Pulp received from wood to create paper have a huge amount of cellulose in it. These cellulose are broken by using sulfuric acid. Most mineral acids are corrosive and cause skin burns. One mineral acid, which is also a natural acid, which occurs inside our stomach, that is hydrochloric acid, which helps in the digestion of food, or I should say it helps in breaking our food particles. Acids like HCl and H2SO4, these are strong acids, very strong, very powerful acids. These should be handled with special care. Look what is happening to this apple when sulfuric acid, only few drops of sulfuric acid I should say, are passed on it. While explaining mineral acids and naturally occurring acids, I have been using a term strong and weak acids. So basically, what are strong acids? The strong acids are those which completely dissociate or ionize, that is break down, when dissolved in water. For example, HCl. Here H is separated from chlorine when dissolved in water. The solution of strong acids in water are highly conducting due to high concentration of hydrogen ion in the solution. That is the reason mineral acids are known as strong acids, because mineral acids can break completely or ionize completely or dissociate completely into ions. Weak acids. These weak acids are naturally occurring acids. The first thing which you should know about weak acid is they do not dissociate completely. They only partially ionize or they partially dissociate. So examples of weak acid are acetic acid, carbonic acid, hydrocyanide acid, sulfurous acid, hydrogen sulfide. But some acids like phosphoric and oxalic are moderately weak acid. The solution of weak acid in water are poor conductor. That is, if I add lemon in water, the water will conduct electricity, but a very small amount of electricity would be conducted. And if same is compared with a solution of HCl in water, the solution containing HCl or any apparatus containing HCl solution will be able to conduct electricity in a very nicer way. Now, this is something which we have already discussed, that is concentrated and dilute. The meaning of concentrated means something which is having less amount of water, and dilute means which is having large amount of water. But in context of acids, all acids are solution of acidic gases in water. All acids are solution of acidic gases in water. For example, hydrogen is an acidic gas. A solution that contains the maximum amount of acidic gas dissolved in it is called concentrated acid. Maximum amount of acidic gas means less amount of water, so hence it is a concentrated one. And for dilute, we can say a huge amount of water. Okay. Next topic is reaction of acids. We already know that how acids can be strong, can be weak, they can be concentrated, they can be dilute, they can be mineral, or they can be naturally occurring. Now, going through the properties of acids, next topic is reaction of acids. But before I say properties, you should know that taste is a property of acid. So the taste of acid is sour. Corrosive nature. Concentrated mineral acids such as sulfuric acid, nitric acid attack human tissue, cloth, paper and metals, like you have seen the video of the apple. So it is a corrosive, or I should say acids are corrosive in nature. But there is a point you should know, that the naturally occurring acid attack metals slowly, producing toxic compounds. It is because of this the citric fruits, curds, etc. are never stored in utensils made of copper, lead and zinc, or vessels of copper are having a special coating, a silver coating inside it, so that it can be used for cooking. In solution, all acids in aqueous solution release free hydronium ion. Now, talking about the properties, the first property which we should know here is reaction of metals with acid. So when metal react with acid, it produces salt and hydrogen gas. Salt should be the corresponding salt. The salt will be dependent on the metal with which it is reacting. Hydrogen gas, in next slide you will know why hydrogen gas. But first of all, talking about the salt, look at the reactions. Now, two things you have to do when you are watching this video. First, you have to name the salts which are formed. Second, you have to check the balancing of the reactions. All the reactions which are going to come to you further in next slides, you have to check these two things. First is you have to name them, all the substances which are there, and second is balancing. You have to check the balancing. Metal like sodium, magnesium, calcium react vigorously with dilute acids. Aluminium, zinc, iron, etc. react moderately with dilute acids. Less reactive metals like copper, silver, gold, they do not show any reaction with dilute acids. The reason is these dilute acids, or if you remember from the reactivity table, the reactivity series which was already told you to be by heart, in that sequence, uh, copper, silver and gold, these were placed below the hydrogen. So something which is below hydrogen, it can never replace hydrogen. It cannot replace hydrogen. You know this very well from the concept of displacement and double displacement reaction, which you have already studied in previous chapter. How do we know that hydrogen gas is liberated? So to check this, you have to follow this activity, or you have to understand this experiment. Hydrogen gas do not have any special order, it do not have any special color. So it can be checked in two manners. First, bubbles of hydrogen gas, like in first figure, bubbles of hydrogen gas will be allowed to pass through a soap solution. Now, if gas is passed in soap solution, it will make bubbles. Because hydrogen gas is light from very lighter from the atmosphere, so or other gases, it will rise up, and if those bubbles are placed near to candle, the bubbles will burst with a squeaky pop sound. Similarly, if this whole system is on a very small scale, if it is put inside a test tube and a splinter. Now, what is splinter? Splinter means which is not having flame, but it is hot enough to ignite fire, like a spark. Now, if this burning splinter, like the one which is at the top of the agarbatti, or one which is left after the inside the ash, if this splinter is brought near to the test tube, you will see in the video what will happen. Next is reaction of acids with carbonates and hydrogen carbonates. To be more precise, I would speak it as metal carbonates and metal hydrogen carbonates. When acids react with carbonates and hydrogen carbonates, or metal carbonates or metal hydrogen carbonates, they release salt, water and carbon dioxide gas. Acid decomposes carbonates and hydrogen carbonates to give corresponding salt, water and carbon dioxide. Look at the examples. Now again, same thing, you have to find the name and check the balancing in all these reactions. Again, same question, how do we know that only carbon dioxide gas was liberated during this reaction of acids and carbonates and hydrogen carbonates? To check this, again we have to perform an activity. We can check this by performing or passing this carbon dioxide gas through lime water, or we also know this test as lime water test. In this experiment, gas is passed through lime water, which by changing color of lime water prove that this gas is carbon dioxide. The color which will change is from colorless to milky white. CaOH whole twice, known as lime water, or another name is calcium hydroxide, when reacts with in aqueous situation, when reacts with carbon dioxide, it changes to calcium carbonate, that is CaCO3. Now this CaCO3 is in solid form. This CaCO3 is in solid form, and this solid form means it shows precipitate, and these precipitate are of white color. Now if further carbon dioxide is allowed to react with this calcium carbonate, the next thing which will form is calcium hydrogen carbonate, that is HCO3 whole twice. Now this substance, this calcium hydrogen carbonate is colorless when mixed with water. It will not show any color. It is water soluble. So on further reaction of carbon dioxide with calcium carbonate, the color which was previously obtained as white will be lost. Reaction of acids with metal oxide, or metal oxides are also known by another name called basic oxide. Now, when acid reacts with metal oxide, it gives salt and water. Look at the reactions. CaO, ZnO, Al2O3, all these are metal oxides. When they were reacted, or when they were allowed to react with acids, you received corresponding salt and water. Again, same thing, name them and balance them. Since we have studied Arrhenius concept, and I have been always telling you, or again and again I'm telling you, that acid is something which really which gives out hydrogen. So a question arises here is, are all hydrogen containing compounds acid? We have seen that all acids give hydrogen gas when reacted with most metals. Thus, it appears that all acids must have contain hydrogen. But this is not correct. We cannot say that every hydrogen containing substance is an acid. To check this, we are taking three substances: ethanol, glucose solution, and dilute sulfuric acid. Taking each substance in a test tube and placing a blue litmus paper on it, we will get the following conclusions. Ethanol will never change the color of the litmus paper, same as glucose, but sulfuric acid will change it to red color. This shows that all substances containing hydrogen are not acidic.